Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana. A little late, but I am here. It was a busy morning this morning because Stampin' Up is having a sale today. Today's November 24th, 2020, and we are having 10% off almost the entire annual catalog. Now, there are some exclusions, but the list of things that are on the sale is bigger than the things that are excluded. So down below in the description of this video, I put a link that will take you directly over to that sale. So in case you want to see what's on sale, go over there. Now, if for me later on, all the colored cardstock is on the sale. So like the cardstock that I'm using today, like um, the Mossy Meadow. I'm going to make some variations of my card today. And Pretty Peacock and Night of Navy, all that colored cardstock is on sale, 10% off. Stampin' Up! Rarely puts cardstock on sale. So great time to stock up. Now, Whisper White and Very Vanilla are not on the sale, but all the colored cardstock, yay, that's awesome. Also, today I'm using a few things that are on the sale, and I'll try and point those out to you just in case you're interested in getting them. But it's a great day to get a bunch of things at 10% off. So make sure you check that out later on. Good morning, Cindy and Betty. Good to have you here. So today's card, you know what? I haven't even pulled it up yet. I'm like having a day like no other. I did get up super early this morning. I was up at 6 a.m. and I'm still running behind, even though let me pull these cards up real quick so I can show you. Oh, there's the one card. Let me pull up also the sketch. I usually do this ahead of time, but yeah. Okay, let's make that. Okay. Okay, this is the card that we're copying today. And on first glance, you might, whoa, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a shaker card. There's a big, beautiful snowflake in the corner. But I'm here to tell you that this card is definitely doable in terms of creating a much simpler card. I'll show you mine in a moment. And so we always also have a sketch. So here is the sketch. Very simple, right? When you go back to the other, when you go back to the original card, it looks kind of complicated. But then when you look at the sketch, it's a lot simpler. So this card would be perfect for beginners and for people that are more seasoned and advanced. You can have fun and really embellish up that card. So I love that there's a lot of opportunity with this card to do a lot of things with it. My card is fairly simple. So, but I need to make some birthday cards. And so I thought, how can I make birthday cards during this Christmas season? And so I'm taking some holiday catalog products and I'm actually turning them into a Christmas themed card. So let me switch over to my other camera. Okay, here's my card. I love it because it's just pretty and simple, but look at the beautiful brightly gleaming paper. This was paper that we had last year, and it was so popular that they brought it back this year. Stampin' Up! Rarely does that, but look at those stars in the background are foiled copper. So you can see as I turn it in the light, it's catching the light. So that's really cool. And then I added some copper foil elements to the card, the stars. And I'm using the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set. What I like about the stamp set is sometimes I don't know what to write on the inside of the card. And if you want it for the outside of the card, it takes up a lot of space. So this is a perfect filler greeting to put on a card because it's just pretty and happy and it has a beautiful script. And it also has 3 other stamp images, but I tend to use this one the most. This stamp set is on the sale today, so yay. I'm also using the stitched stars, which are also on the sale. And I'm using the stitched nested dies, which are also on the sale. So a lot of products today are on that sale, and if you hadn't picked them up before, it's a great time to get them. All right, let me oh, the other thing I should mention is if anything is a bundle, and when we have bundle pricing, like none of these things are bundled together, but if there's a bundle, our bundles are already 10% off in the catalog, but you can get an additional 10% off of that bundle today too. So that's just a really nice thing today. Okay, so let me show you how I made this this card. But you know what? I don't want to make the exact same card because that would be kind of boring. Because these are simple cards. This paper is just gorgeous. I don't have all of it splayed out, but both sides of this paper is just so pretty. And it's nice because the blues and greens make it so that they work well for masculine cards too. Just really gorgeous paper. So let's see if we can make these in some other colors other than Night of Navy. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of Whisper White. I cut these to 4¼ by 5½, but we're actually going to cut these with a die, but I wanted to make sure I had enough space to stamp my greeting in the center. So we'll start off with the Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to keep this face up and tap on here so I can make sure I really get good ink coverage. I'm probably going to stand up here. It's easier for me to stand and stamp. I'm just going to stamp this dead center, or as close to center as I can get. Okay, and then I'm going to clean this off camera. I've got my chamois back here. Oh, you'll see my chamois. It's like really gross and dirty, but I rinse it under water and it revives it, and it just really cleans our stamps well. It doesn't look very pretty, but it does its job really well. If you don't already have a chamois, definitely get one of those. Okay, and then I'm going to use Pretty Peacock to stamp this greeting again. I'm going to make 2 cards because I am ambitious this morning. But these cards are easy, so I can make many of them. All right, stamp this again as center as I can on a Tuesday morning. Look at that. Pretty Peacock and Mossy Meadow. And then I'm done with that stamp. And then I'm going to bring in my stitch nested dies and my Stampin' Cut and emboss machine. Okay, so let me bring this forward. I've got my base platform, which is number 1, my thin die adapter number 2, a plate number 3, and then I'm going to take the largest stitch nested dies. Okay, and I'm going to stick that right on top of here. Sometimes it's easier to see it when you're kind of right on top of it. Let me do this. I'm going to arrange it. This is very scripty, so if you're a little bit off, it's not going to matter too much. Take my second die, put it on top, and let me run this through. Okay, so there is greeting number 1. And then let me do the second one. Making 2 cards at once. And of course, again, I would do it like this. It's really hard to center it looking at it from that opposite direction. It's much easier to center it when you're looking at it when it's straight up and down. Okay, you can see that little loop looks like it's going to be cut off, but it actually doesn't get cut off. So let me just stick this on top. And then run that one through. And this card has actually got a couple more die cuts on it. So while I have my machine out here, see, isn't that pretty? I'm going to cut some little foil stars. And I'm using copper foil sheet. And isn't this foil gorgeous? It is so pretty. So I'm going to use this star right here. And this one right here. Nope. I think it's this one and this one. It's hard to tell with these dies because they look so much bigger than they are, but let me see. Yeah, that one fits in there and that one fits in there. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to put this right here and this one right here. And I'm going to just run this through and back. And I'll tell you why I do that. As soon as I feel it catch, I'm going to run it back because sometimes the etching from my plates ends up transferring to my copper, but if I only go through as far as I'm going to go through, it doesn't do that. See, look at how pretty is that? And look at the little stitching on the edges. Okay, I need to do 2 more of those. Okay, come on. There we go. So let's add the stars one more time to here. And let's run this through. And I'm just going to go through till I feel it go through, and then I'm going to come back. So you can see a little bit how my copper foil got just a little bit etched, but because I didn't go all the way through, it doesn't etch quite as bad. You could also cut your piece exactly to the size of your shape, so that way you're not getting extra copper foil through the machine that you don't want. And there are my little stars. So cute. All right, this can go away now. And let me put my stars in their right spot so I don't lose them. Okay, move that out of the way. So now let's take the cards, the pieces. Got those. And now let's start with the Mossy Meadow card. And I've got a card base here. I took a sheet of cardstock and I cut it in half on the short side. So this piece is 11 by 4 1/4 and scored in half at the 5.5 inch mark. And I folded it. Then I took one of the papers and I cut it into a 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch rectangle. So it fits on here perfectly. And I picked one that also had some copper foiling on it. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. You know, sometimes our cards don't have to be so labor intensive. They can be simple, and we can use tools like paper to make our work a lot easier, right? Okay, so then we're going to take this piece. Also, when you do this and you do them in a bunch of different colors, they make a really pretty card set. So, tie some ribbon around them, add some envelopes, and then you can give this as a card set to your friends and family. That would make a nice Christmas gift or a gift for another time of the year. Now I'm just taking my stars. I'm going to add them onto my card. And they just add like the little bowling element. Okay, isn't that pretty? Okay, and then we're going to do the pretty peacock card. So I'm using pretty peacock card base, 11 by 4 1/4, scored in half at the 5.5 inch mark. Then I took a paper that had pretty peacock in the background, also had that foiling. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to glue this to the front. See, this side's even pretty too, right? You can choose your side, but I like to use the foiled side because I like the shine. I think crafters are a bit like magpies. We like the shiny things. We collect the shiny, sparkly things. Okay, and then we're gonna take this piece, and so like I matched the ink to the paper, to the cardstock. Some people think using designer series paper is cheating. I don't think it's cheating. I think it is using the tools that we have to create beautiful things. Um, it's fun. I love paper. I embrace the paper. Okay, and then this one will go right here. And I grab the other little star. So the paper, this designer series paper is not on the sale because it's actually in the holiday catalog, but the copper foil sheet is and the die set are. So we can definitely take advantage of that. Okay, so have a look here. Those are my cards. Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, and Pretty Peacock. How cool is that? Then you could take some ribbon. I'm trying to think what ribbon I would use. I think I would probably use, this is a good old standby, and it's got gold in it, but the gold is on the edge, so I think it would work with the copper. It doesn't quite, it's not too bad. I would use this and I would take them and you could like grab some envelopes and then, you know, just tie them up. And you could even maybe put them in a cellophane bag, you know, and then just tie them up, you know, in a pretty little ribbon. And that would make a little cute little card set, right? Just keep it easy and pretty. So there's that. I wanted to show you, I actually started on Sunday and I made a different card. These are the cards I made last night because I was like, I had made a shaker card before, but I used the Snowflake Wishes bundle, and I created, and the little gnome set, and I created a shaker card that is kind of a little bit more closely related to the card that is in the catalog, the original card. But I thought this one was also kind of cute, but I didn't, I kind of wanted to show something different because the die that they used in the original card was from that bundle. And I wanted to show how you could use the stitch nested dies to do kind of the same thing and create a really simple card, because that card was a little complex with the shaker element. I did a shaker element card that was similar to this earlier on in fall. If you want to see how to create that shaker card, I use this exact same die set, just a little bit different layout, and I don't think I used the gnome. But just, you know, if you wanted to kind of go traditional, then you have that one. So that's all there is to it. Some very simple cards. I love the stamp. It is a great birthday stamp because look how much space it takes up. You could do the same thing for the inside of the card and have, well, maybe not the inside of this card, but you could use it also for the insides of your cards. And it takes up a lot of space, especially if you don't know exactly, you want to wish someone a happy birthday, but you don't have a big long thing to say to them, then this is the perfect stamp set because it takes up almost all of your card, and then you just need to put the person's name at the top and sign the bottom, and you've got it done. Yay! I'm not good at writing the insides of the cards. I spend all my time on the outside. What about you? Are you guys good at the insides as well? I'm not so good at the inside of the card. I am much better at the outside of the card, but everyone has their strengths, right? So that's a good thing, right? So I just want to say good morning to everyone. I already said hello to Cindy and Betty. Cindy's from Arizona and Betty's from Oregon. And there's Janine. Hello, Janine. Janine's a team member. And she comes and watches my lives. Yay. Um, okay, and she's from Indiana. Um, and Connie's here from Denmark. And Betty says she loves my card. Thank you. It's a simple card, but we need simple cards in our lives. We don't. There's a piece of hair on my forehead. It's we don't always need complex cards, right? Um, oh, Betty says the little bit late stamp is great to have too. Now I have to look that one up. I bet you is that in the annual catalog? Let me see. Okay, it's not in the annual catalog right now. Maybe it's a retired set. I can't remember. Um, I over the years, I stopped memorizing the stamp set names. When I was first starting in stamping, I knew every single name in the catalog. But now it's like, oh, it's the big happy birthday stamp set. That's about as far as I can go. Alice is here from Indiana. Hello. Janine said she has a terrible time with the foil marring with my plates. I just ordered new plates to keep for when I use foil. So if you have that problem, just remember you can cut your piece down to the size that you're using. So I could have cut like a tiny square to put my star on, and then that doesn't happen. I think sometimes I like to cut a big long strip and then, just run it through if I'm going to do a bunch of them. But you can also just go through your machine, and then when you feel the little bump, you can go back, and that helps a little bit. It's kind of hard not to have marred plates, because if you use them, they're going to get worn. So we just need to find ways to deal with that. Thank you for sharing, Alice. Betty says she loves using DSP or designer series paper on cards. Yeah, it's great. It's nice because we can stamp and then have some of that interest from the paper help with the card and bring it together. Betty says she also loves simple, fast cards. And Janine loves the green paper. Hi, Karen. Good morning. And hello, Kay. Oh, no, it's on your stamp set. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it now, Betty. All right. This greeting, it's not the name of the stamp set. Betty was talking about happy little bit late birthday, and yeah, that one's good. That one I need sometimes, especially if I know someone who has a birthday at the beginning of the month, because for some reason I don't I get to the end of the month and then I'm like, oh, it's the beginning of the month. If you have a birthday at the first of any given month, your card for me will probably be late. So this one's a good one for that. It's funny. All right. Let me see here. Thank you, Cindy. I'm glad you love the cards. Cindy said she's going to order everything used today. Yay. It's really a great day to order too, because of the 10% sale. And many of the things I used on today's card are on sale. So that's a good thing. Diane says, way back when I started, there wasn't any designer series paper available, so we created our own. Yeah, that's right. When I started, I think there was already some paper, but it didn't match quite as well as it does now. Yeah, so you could make your own. You stamped a sheet of Whisper White with a bunch of images, and then you cut it up. You did the whole sheet at one time, so you basically made your own paper. That's true. That's another way to go about it. We're lazy these days in this decade or whatever, because we have all these great tools now, and so we just bring it all in and use it all, right? There's so many things we have now that we didn't have 10, 15 years ago, right? All right, guys. Well, I hope you go check out the sale. And if you are not part of the Casing Tuesday group already, check down below. We all work on, you can work on the same sketch that I worked on and post it sometime this week. We have a thread up for each of the challenge cards that we do. We do one a week. And then you can join in and share your creation with us. And I hope you'll do that because it makes it much more fun when we share our cards together. I wanted to also mention if you purchase something on the sale with me today, I am offering my usual free tutorial with your order. And also, if you order over $75 with my host code, you can find that below, you will get my host code gift of month. And this month it is I've got a sampler pack of some of our specialty papers. So that will be a fun little gift to get in December. So I hope everyone, if you're here from the US, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving coming up this week. I am not planning a Friday tutorial this week, but I will be back next week with my normal schedule. So I hope to see you then, and I'll be back. My next live video will be next Tuesday. Okay, I hope you have a great day and happy Thanksgiving. Take care. Bye bye.